Okay, good morning, class.
Good morning, Mr. Guajardo.
Okay, so for the camera, let me give the date. Today is Wednesday the 20th, January Wednesday 20th, 2016. All right, let's start again. Good morning, class.
Good morning, Mr. Guajardo.
Okay, everyone. Today we're going to be looking at a software program that we're going to be using this year. It is called Sibelius. Raise your hand if you've ever heard of that before. Probably not, right? We're going to start using it this year. It is new. I brought it with me, and I bought it when I came to this county. At this point in 5th grade, you guys should already know about a staff, and I know that you know about high and low pitches, right? Now, I have a song, Jingle Bells. I have a song, Jingle Bells, here. Now, I picked this song because I know everyone who... Raise your hand if you have never heard Jingle Bells, ever. I don't think no one's going to raise their hand. Let's just listen to Jingle Bells. This will be no surprise to anyone. Pay attention, please. Sit up. You've heard the song. Now, I have the pitches laid out here. This is, I went in the computer. When I got to it, it was blank. It was nothing but staff paper, 5 lines and 4 spaces, and I went in and had to put in the notes and the note values and the rhythms and all that. So, let's just listen to it. No talking, please. And it shows you right where it's at. 2, 3, 4. Shows you the note values as well. Now, was that a surprise to anyone what that sounded like? I don't think so, right?
No.
Pretty simple. It was a little harder to put all this stuff in here. Now, of course, I had to give it the title. I had to put down who wrote the song. Now, I could put right here, arranged by, and I could put my name on there, Jesse Guajardo. That's my first name. I could put arranged by. That's not saying I wrote the song. That's saying I arranged it. I redid it. I changed something. So it's pretty simple there, class. Now, basically when I talk about pitch, musical pitch anyways, it has to do with high and low sounds. A lot of students get that confused with loud and soft sounds. Now, if I have these pitches right here, let me see, I'm going to take this pitch right here, or how about this? This is how you move these pitches, class. The way this interactive software works is you take this little thing here. How many of you have used this in your room already? Okay, so you basically touch it like this and you drag it upward or downward. And I can drag this as high. I can drag it as low. Well, see, I wasn't on the note head there. Now, do you think that's going to sound right?
No.
No, this pitch is going to be off, obviously. Let me see here. Let me just see. I need someone to come up, and I want you to take one of the pitches. Now, these are called measures, class. Look up here, please, for a minute. Hold on. Put your hands down for just 1 minute. Look. In music, the spaces in between the bar lines, these are bar lines right here. The spaces in between the bar lines, we call those measures. Can you say measures?
Measures.
Now, if I was to ask you how many measures are on the top line, you would say to yourself, well, let me see. 1, 2, 3. Would everybody agree?
Yes.
Second line, this would be measure what?
1. No, 4.
4. We would continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7.
Now, if I wanted to take a shortcut, when we write music, you see the 7 right here. What they're telling me right away is so that there's 2 ways to get to this. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or I could say 7. There it is. If I asked you to go to measure 8, 7, 8, done. What if I asked you to go to measure 6? What's the quicker way to go there, Ian?
You go down to 4 and cross 2. So
4, 5, 6. Or could I go to 7 and then go back 1?
yes.
Or I could do that. Very good. Thank you. So they are labeled for us. Here's measure 10, and they do that for shortcuts. When you get to middle school next year for you guys, Some of you have to take the wheel class, and you're going to be an orchestra or band or whatever they offer. And when they say, go to measure 16, well, you don't want to sit there and be counting 16 measures. When they give them to you, make it as least disruptive as possible and as most convenient as you can. So here's what I need. I need someone to come up and wait before you raise your hand, because I might ask you to come up and dance, Lyric. You going to do that? You have moves? Okay. I need someone to come up and go to measure number 9, and you're going to move one of the pitches either up or down, as high as low as you want. Mess it up, in other words, on purpose. And remember, you got to get right on the note head when you move it up. Measure 9, you're going to take one note, one pitch, and you're going to move it up or down. Miss Sarah, come on up. You're the unlucky person, or lucky. Measure 9, mess up one of the pitches, either up or down. You got to get right on the note head. Okay. Go ahead and sit down, Miss Sarah. So she took the one pitch there and raised it way. Let's just hear what that sounds like. Couple of things I heard there. Number one, I heard the mistake that I made up here, right?
Yeah.
Because I didn't put this note back up. Yeah, the stem is not where it should be, but that's okay for now. When we have more time, look, we're going to get into music composition class. What I love about this program is I can change anything. I can click the play button. If I don't like what I heard, I can change anything, which is really kind of neat. And then I can print it out, and I have a professional copy. I must have 30 different songs that I've done over the last 10 years. Every time I do my guitar music. There's two things I can do as a teacher. Number one, I can buy a method book. It says method book 1, 2, 3, 4. That's called extremely boring, because a lot of the songs in there are not that good. I learned right away when I started teaching, if I want to do a song, I think I can do it as good as anyone else, and I start with a blank, like especially off the radio music. If I'm driving to work and I hear a song that I like, that I would like to do with my guitarist, like we're going to do this year, I take it and then I work backwards and I arrange the song myself. And I put it into a key that we can play in. All right, I need someone to come to measure number 2. I'm sorry, let's go to measure 5. And to mess up 2 pitches for me, either higher or lower. How about Mr. Wolfgang, come on up. The man with the famous name. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. No relation. Start on the note head again. You're not on the note head. The circle, yes. Mess up one more. But you know what? That's good. You messed up. So he made the pitch too what?
Low.
He made the pitch too low. Obviously, you're going to hear it. Let's just listen to it one more time. I think this one is a bit high, Miss Sarah. I'm going to put it there so we can at least see, because a lot of you were expecting to hear it up here, right?
Yeah.
Because you forgot that it's actually down here.
Yeah.
And I understand that, the way it looks. This looks even, it's still too high. Now let me show you something else that we can do, though, that a lot of you who just learned about now that you should have been doing the last couple of years. But this year we're going to get into it really good here. I'm going to take, let's see, this is an E pitch, by the way, F, A, C, and E. E, 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 U, F, E, G, C, and then D, the letters. Now I could get a xylophone out and I can play this exactly like it's written here. But what if I wanted to mess up the rhythm? Now I know it doesn't go like this. What if I wanted to make a version of this and call it, I don't know, Crazy Jingle Bells or Distorted or something crazy. Bum, bum, bum. How about this note right here? Right now it's a quarter note. In this time signature, the fraction looking thing here, a quarter note is equal to 1 beat. Now I can take this 1 beat and I can cut it up as much as I want. Right now it's worth 1, right? If you look at the top part of the time signature here, would we all agree it says 4?
Yeah.
What this means is that there's going to be 4 beats in every measure in the entire song. It adds up to 4. That's what that means. So what we have here, 1 beat, 1 beat. This one must be worth 2 beats. There's my 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, what do you think this note does then?
4 beats.
There has to be 4 beats in the measure, so this has to be equal to 4 beats. So you're going to hear it ring out for 4 beats now. When you bum, 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 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it goes bum, 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 and then we mess this one up. And this one we cut in half. Now, I'm going to take this 1/4 note right here, and instead of, now I could cut it in half like this. I could make it into 8 notes. Now, here's my second beat. Here's my beats 3 and 4. So this note right here must be worth how much? 1.
Half.
Who said it?
Half.
1/2. If this was my first beat, I just cut it in half. Right now, I only have a half of a beat. I could add right here, I could make it into another note. So instead of cutting it into half, though, I want to go in here and I'm going to cut it into, well, here's the 16th note. It takes 4 of these to make up 1 beat. So think of a pizza cut into 4 parts now. They're worth 1/4 each. 1, 2, and this is worth 2 if I split it. In fact, I'll do that. Watch, I'm going to click on that 8th note, and then I'm going to click right there. Now here's my first beat. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All I did is took 1 beat and I cut it into what we call quarters, right? Now, who said there was not arithmetic or math in music? That person is out of their mind. It's full of a lot of music. Yes, Mr. Laird?
I have a question.
Go ahead, speak up.
What does that, the like kind of slash with the 2 things coming out of it?
This?
Yeah.
This is telling me that these are 16th notes. They have 2 flags on them. I can look at that and I know it's worth 1/4 of a beat because it has 2. Now, if it only had 1, it's worth half of a beat. It's an 8th note. If it only has this, it's worth 1 beat, the whole thing. So by seeing 2, I know that it's a 16th note, 1/4 of a beat. So I'm going to go into even more than that, and I'm going to do what we call 30-second notes, everybody. I'm going to click on this. Now this has 3 flags. What I just did is I'm now going to cut this 1 beat into 8 parts. But it's still only 1 beat. There's going to be 8 notes here, but it's going to be equal to only 1 beat. So let me go ahead and do that. Now we have an E pitch. I'm going to make all these, watch. I'll do it for my computer, it's easier. I'm going to go in here, I'm going to click E, and then I'm going to click. There. Now, pay attention, please, don't talk. Here's what you have to understand. How many total beats are in this measure?
4.
According to the time signature, there can only be 4 beats in every measure. So, even though I have a whole bunch of notes in here, I only have how many beats?
4.
4. Now here's my second beat, here's my third and my fourth beat. So all this is beat number 1. Now the only thing, what that tells you and me, is this is what it's going to sound like. Bum, bum, bum. And in 1 beat, you're going to hear all those 8 sounds. Because you have to get them into 1 beat.
That's great.
So what you're going to hear is bum, 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 bum. Let's listen to it. Thank you for not talking, everyone, being good listeners. So you see, now obviously that's incorrect, right? But it's going to make it sound more interesting. Bum, 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 brr, bum, 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 brr. Why about this one? We make in the 30-second note.
Yeah.
So I'm going to click on this one, and then I have to click on the one that says 30-second notes with 3 flags. Now I can make it into halves, 8th notes, 2 of them equal 1 beat. I can make it into 16th notes, where it takes 4 to make up 1 beat. Or I can cut it into 8 parts, what we call 30-second notes. And for that matter, do you suppose it's possible to cut it into more than 30-second notes?
Yes.
Can you cut a pizza into more than just 8 slices?
Yes.
Yeah, then you can cut a note or a beat into more than You can't make it more than one beat, but you can make it into more than one note. Just like a pizza. If I take, the more I cut up a pizza, do I ever have more pizza? I just have smaller little pieces of it. Yes, Mr. Wolfgang?
That's not 30-second.
You're exactly right, thank you. I was going to correct myself. Wolfgang noticed that it's a 16th note and not a 32nd note. Have you done this before, Wolfgang? Okay, so you're just kind of strange. But he was absolutely right. Did anyone else pick up on that?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, I'm going to click on that note, and then I'm going to come and click on 30. Now it has 3 flags. And there it is. So I'm going to go ahead and, that's a G pitch. I'm going to write that in there. No talking, please. Sarah, sit up now. That's right. So I have a G pitch right here. Now let's go ahead and listen to that.
That was cool. That is so
It is. It is kind of cool, class. Now, here's the neat thing: is I can print it out. I can. What if I just wanted to mess it up even more? I take this pitch. Nobody said. Now they're still fast, but now what's the difference? Now it's going to go bump, 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 bump. Now high and low, kind of messed up. No talking, please. Let's hear it.
That's a little.
So you see, class, listen. If you wanted to, to make your own arrangement of something, your own version, you're welcome to do that. This song right here, I mean, it's a very old song. Everyone knows it. Jingle Bells have been done every year, and people, I think, get sick of it. But you could now. Another cool thing about this software program, pay attention please, is I can add other instruments to it. Right now I have it set on probably guitar, I think is what I put it on originally. I could click another staff and put I want piano accompaniment with it. I want a clarinet or an alto saxophone, for instance. And then I got to write the part in, and when I hear it played back, you're going to have both parts at the same time, and it's really kind of neat. So we're going to be messing with this for the remainder of this week and the last time that I see you guys again. And we're going to be doing it. Now, the name of it, if you're curious, look, don't talk, please. Right here, Sibelius, Sibelius. I believe they offer a free version. This one I bought. They have free versions that don't offer quite as many the features, but it's really neat. One of the things I've always wondered about now, some of the famous composers throughout history, Johann Sebastian Bach, Antonio Vivaldi, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Ludwig van Beethoven. You heard some of those names?
Yeah.
Those are some of the most famous composers, and they were doing everything, writing it out with ink and pen, and scratching stuff out. And remember that, you wanted a copy of something back then, someone had to copy it out for you. It's not like today I throw it on a copying machine, and I can print out 500 copies in a minute or two. Yeah, I wonder if they had this available to them back then. Obviously, this wasn't around back then. How much more work they could have done. Remember, they wrote a song, they wrote a symphony or something without being able to hear all the parts at the same time. They wrote the violin part, the viola parts, all the woodwind parts, the oboe, the bassoon, the clarinet, all the brass parts, trumpet, trombone, all the different parts, the percussion parts. If they could actually write it out and hear it as they go, they could put out so much more work, and it's really kind of neat. Don't touch that, Mr. Wolfgang. Yes.
Would you be able, if you didn't like all that you did to it, would you be able to change it, like reset how it was?
Yeah. Well, right now when I exit out, I'm not going to save it. Because if I save it, when I open it back up, it's going to look like this. It's going to ask me, and then I got to go back and fix it when I want to play it next year with my guitar students again. But this is what I do every year, class. I especially like music off the radio. I don't like the method books because they don't have cool music in them. I like taking, look, if it's boring for you to play, it's going to be boring for me, right? I like taking a brand new song off the radio, which I do every year. Last year, the year before that, we did Counting Stars by somebody. I don't even know who does it. The year, yeah. This year we're going to do the Bob Marley, and I haven't even told you all the songs we're doing yet, but we're going to do at least 2 or 3 off the radio. which is really kind of neat here. Now, as far as this goes, we're going to transition to instruments in just a minute, or into some singing or something. But as far as this goes, are there any questions? Okay, no one talking, please. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, and then I'll continue on. Thank you.